All right, everyone, get ready for another deep dive. Today, we're heading to paradise. Well, virtually at least. Think pristine beaches, volcanic landscapes, lush rainforests. We're tackling your dream Hawaiian vacation.
We got a great listener request to break down an episode about the top 5 must-see spots in Hawaii.
Exactly, and we're going to do more than just list them off, right? We're talking about really understanding what makes each place unique, almost like we're transporting ourselves there.
I'm ready for some virtual sunshine.
Me too. So first up, let's talk about a place that's basically straight out of a movie. The Na Pali coast on Kauai. Picture this. Dramatic cliffs, plunging into turquoise waters, hidden waterfalls, lush valleys.
Yeah.
It's almost unreal.
It's one of those places that lives up to the hype. And the best part is, you can experience it in so many ways. Feeling adventurous, hike the famous Kalau Trail.
Oh yeah, that's the one I was geeking out about. 11 miles of rugged coastline permits, steep climbs, the works. Definitely not for the faint of heart.
Exactly. But if you're up for a challenge, it's an incredible way to immerse yourself in the raw beauty of the Na Pali coast. Now, if you prefer something a little less, shall we say, strenuous,
A little less intense.
there are always boat tours. They'll get you up close to those sea caves and give you a whole new perspective on the cliffs from the water.
I can already imagine those photos.
Yeah.
But, for that true bird's eye view, nothing beats a helicopter tour. And honestly, seeing the Na Pali coast from above, that's got to be on everyone's bucket list.
It's an experience that will stay with you, that's for sure. Okay, ready to swap island vibes?
Let's do it. What's next on our Hawaiian adventure?
How about something a little different? We're heading to Maui to check out Halakala National Park.
Okay, you had me at volcano. So what's the deal with Halakala? Is it like active volcano spewing lava kind of deal?
Not quite. It's dormant, but don't let that fool you. This place is still incredibly impressive. We're talking a massive volcanic crater, otherworldly landscapes. It's often compared to Mars.
Wait, really? I gotta see this.
Oh, you will. And the name Haleakala actually means House of the Sun in Hawaiian, which makes sense when you hear about the sunrise views from the summit.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more about this House of the Sun sunrise situation.
Picture this. You're standing above the clouds, the sky explodes with these vibrant hues of pink, orange, purple. It's like nothing you've ever seen.
Okay, I'm adding this to my list right now. Sunrise, 10,000 feet above sea level, inside a volcano. That's definitely a pinch-me moment. Speaking of incredible views, the episode also mentioned stargazing at Haleakala.
We'll definitely circle back to that. Those clear skies are no joke, especially with minimal light pollution. But for now, let's jump over to Oahu. And this time, we're talking beaches.
Okay, bring on the beaches. Is this where Lanikai comes in? The episode made it sound seriously dreamy, like the ultimate escape.
Oh, it is. Lanikai Beach is all about tranquility. Imagine. Powdery white sand, crystal clear turquoise water, swaying palm trees.
You had me at powdery white sand.
And we can't forget those iconic Mokulua Islands just offshore. They add this perfect backdrop to the whole scene. You can even kayak or paddleboard out there for some incredible views.
I'm already feeling more relaxed just thinking about it. Okay, so we've got dramatic cliffs, volcanic craters, tranquil beaches. Kauai is really covering all the bases here.
It really is. And speaking of diversity, get ready to grab your snorkel because our next stop takes us underwater. We're heading to Hanuma Bay.
Hanuma Bay. I've heard amazing things about the snorkeling there.
And it's not just the snorkeling. The bay itself is actually located within a volcanic cone.
Wait, so like we're swimming in a volcano?
Pretty much. Thousands of years ago, it was a volcanic crater, and over time, the ocean eroded it, forming this crescent-shaped bay that's teeming with marine life.
That's incredible. No wonder it's so famous for snorkeling.
It's basically a giant natural aquarium. You'll see hundreds of different fish species, colorful coral reefs.
Okay, now you're speaking my language. So how do we make this happen? What do we need to know about snorkeling in Hanuma Bay?
Well, first things first. It's important to note that Hanuma Bay is a protected marine conservation area.
Okay, so it's not just a free-for-all snorkeling spot.
Right. They're really dedicated to preserving the ecosystem.
Which I totally respect. What kind of measures do they have in place?
So they actually limit the number of visitors allowed in each day, and everyone has to watch a short video about responsible snorkeling before they can head down to the water.
Makes sense. I can see how that would make a big difference.
Oh, it does. It helps minimize the impact on the coral reefs and marine life, and it just creates a more mindful experience overall.
It's like you're not just a visitor passing through. You're a guest in this incredibly delicate and beautiful environment.
Exactly. And that awareness just adds another layer to the whole adventure.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Hanoma Bay is officially on my must-do list. But we can't wrap up our Hawaiian adventure without talking about the big one.
Ah, you're talking about Waikiki Beach.
It's iconic. You can't go to Hawaii and not at least check it out, right?
I mean, it's practically synonymous with Hawaii for a reason, right?
Exactly. That classic view of Diamond Head in the background, surfers catching waves.
Hmm.
It's just one of those quintessential Hawaiian experiences.
It's the full package. You've got those golden sands, the bustling energy, and of course those incredible sunsets over the Pacific.
Don't forget the shopping.
Oh, right. Kalakaua Avenue is legendary.
Exactly. So you can spend your morning learning to surf, hit up some high-end boutiques in the afternoon, and then finish your day with a Mai Tai, watching the sunset over the ocean.
And maybe catch a luau while you're at it.
Now you're talking.
Yeah.
Okay, so Waikiki might not be the hidden gem or the off-the-beaten-path adventure that we've talked about with some of these other places.
But it's iconic for a reason, right?
Exactly. It's got that classic Hawaiian vibe for a reason. And honestly, sometimes you just want that energy, you know? The buzz of the city, the crowds, the excitement.
I'm with you there, especially after all the hiking and exploring we've been doing virtually. A little city life might be a nice change of pace.
Exactly. Okay, before we get too sidetracked by Mai Tais on Waikiki Beach,
We did have that unfinished business to attend to.
you're right, our stargazing quest. With so many incredible locations, we really need to narrow it down to the ultimate spot for some celestial viewing.
I'm ready. Where do you want to start?
Well, we talked about Halakala earlier, and that place is already a winner in my book.
For good reason. Remember what we said about the clear skies and minimal light pollution? That's basically stargazing gold.
Right. Plus, being up at 10,000 feet above the clouds, that's got to make a difference.
It's like you're that much closer to the stars.
Okay, so Halakala is a strong contender, but I have a feeling Lanikai Beach might give it a run for its money.
Ooh, interesting. Why Lanikai?
Think about it.
Yeah.
We talked about how peaceful and tranquil it is, right?
Yeah, less development, less light pollution.
Exactly. And you've
Okay.
got those iconic Mokulua Islands right there on the horizon, framing that eastern sky.
Okay, now I'm picturing it. Lying on that soft sand, the sound of the waves crashing in the distance, and then looking up at this incredible expanse of stars.
See? It's magical. But wait, what about Hanama Bay?
Hanamo Bay for stargazing. I like the way you think.
I mean, it's nestled in that volcanic cone.
Right.
So maybe it acts like a natural amphitheater,
Yeah.
blocking out any extra light.
You're onto something. Plus, it's a protected conservation area, so you know there's not going to be a ton of artificial light around.
This is why I love these deep dives. You start thinking about these places in a whole new way.
It's all about those unexpected connections and possibilities. But before we get too carried away, we do have one more location to consider, and I have a feeling you might have some strong opinions on this one.
Waikiki Beach for stargazing. Are you serious?
I had a feeling you might say that.
Come on. Those city lights are amazing for a nighttime cityscape, but they're not exactly ideal for spotting constellations.
Yeah, I think we can safely rule out Waikiki for this particular quest.
But you know what? That's totally fine. Waikiki has so much else to offer. It's all about finding the right experience for the right moment, right?
Exactly. Balance is key.
Okay, so it sounds like our top contenders for stargazing are Halekale, Lanikai Beach, and maybe Hanama Bay is a bit of a wild card.
They're all strong contenders. But you know me.
What is it? You've got that look in your eye.
I might have one more idea up my sleeve.
Oh boy, here we go.
Remember our Napali Coast adventure?
The dramatic cliffs, the hidden waterfalls. How could I forget?
We talked about hiking and boat tours, but what about experiencing its magic under a blanket of stars?
Wait a second, are you suggesting what I think you're suggesting? Stargazing on the Napali coast.
Imagine this. You've spent the day hiking the Kalala Trail. You're surrounded by those cowering cliffs. The sun dips below the horizon, and as the stars begin to emerge,
Oh wow.
you've got a front row seat to a celestial show like no other.
Okay, you officially win. That's the most incredible idea I've heard all day. The challenge of the hike, the untouched beauty of the coast, and then to finish it off with stargazing under those pristine skies, it doesn't get much better than that.
It's like something out of a dream, right? And it really highlights the importance of thinking outside the box when planning a trip. Sometimes the most unforgettable moments are those unplanned, unexpected experiences.
I'm so glad we had this deep dive. We started with a simple list of must-see places in Hawaii, and look where we ended up talking about sleeping under the stars on the Napali coast.
It's amazing how much we uncovered, right? We talked about volcanic landscapes, underwater wonderlands, bustling cityscapes, and now a stargazing adventure for the books. It just goes to show that there's always more to discover, even in places we think we know.
Absolutely. So for you listening, we've given you a lot to think about. We've explored volcanoes, beaches, hidden coves, and even a challenging hike or two. But ultimately, the best Hawaiian adventure is the one you create for yourself.
Exactly. What
Yeah.
speaks to you? What kind of experience are you craving? Once you know that, the rest falls into place.
So as you plan your dream Hawaiian getaway, don't be afraid to dive deep, ask questions, explore different perspectives, and be open to the unexpected, because that's where you'll find the magic. That's where you'll create memories that last a lifetime.
And hey, if you happen to find yourself under those incredible Hawaiian stars, let us know. We'd love to hear about your adventures.
Until next time, keep exploring and keep diving deep.